ನಾನು ಲಲಿತಾ ಮಲ್ಯ.
Government employees
required in the whole year. Otherwise, generally
profit after tax of the port was 110 crores. Now, last financial year, the profit has increased.
America is not America. America is a immigrant. Best brains of the entire world are in America. Because of America.
start with the panel discussion on Indianomics 2026. We all know the future is in our own hands, and the future is about the policies, the economy, the manifestation that we have to see on how economy will grow through the policies, infrastructure, technology, and many other factors which we have to concentrate upon. So here we have a wonderful panel which will be moderated by Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt. We have our panelist, Sri Sunil Subramaniam, founder and CEO, Sense and Simplicity, Chennai. CA Rudramurthy BV, founder, Vachana Investments, Bengaluru. CA SS Nayak, senior partner, SS Nayak and Associates. Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, founder, NRI Money Clinic, who will moderate the session on Indianomics 2026. Sunil Subramaniam sir, the former MD of Sundaram MF, we already have witnessed a wonderful presentation from him. A warm welcome to you, sir. CA Rudramurthy BV, an author, investor and trainer. He is the author of the Amazon #1 selling book Mind, Market and Money and has trained over 1 lakh real-time traders. He is a qualified chartered accountant and a technical analyst and has been honored with Nada Prabhu Kempegowda Award and Udaya Banu Vidyaratna Award. Times Group for 2020 has awarded him with Excellence in Wealth Creation for his exemplary returns. FICCI and Southern SIRC of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India awarded him with Lifetime Achievers Award in 2024. A warm welcome, sir. We have CASS Nayak, I believe a man who doesn't need any introduction. He is the founder of reputed expert coaching classes, and over the last 3 decades, he's been into mentoring thousands of MSMEs and contributed to their success. He is also awardee of many prestigious awards, including the Dakshin Kannada Zilla Rajotsava Award, and recently he's been awarded the MSME and Startup Mentor and Business Coach Award by International Business Award, Kannada Prabha, Suvarna News at Vietnam India International Business Conclave 2025. A warm welcome to you, sir. And this entire session will be moderated by Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, who is a practicing financial planner. He was practicing in Dubai for the last 15 years, and now he is also giving guidance through his wonderful YouTube channel, NRI Money Clinic. As he rightly says, no hype, just the right advice. Over 600 videos on finance, taxation, and properties are there in this NRI Money Clinic, and he is supporting the NRIs by his videos and giving them the right advice. He's been recently chosen as the top 20 life influencers in the country by ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company. A warm welcome to you, sir. We have on the panel CA Sanket S. Nayak, a partner, SS Nayak and Associates, Bengaluru. He is cleared a CA at a very young age of 21. He's a CPA at the age of 23, and now he is guiding a lot of MSMEs and startups and also students as well, mentoring them into growth and success. A warm welcome to you, sir. So over to Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt for the panel discussion.
We are running out of the time. I know we planned for about 1.5 hours, so we'll curtail it to 45 minutes. So we'll try to do as much as possible and try and get answers for questions that could be there in your mind. And if you have missed something, all these personalities are there on television channels day in and day out. So you tune into the business channels and you can see their opinions. First, let me ask with Mr. Rudramurthy, the Chartered Accountant Market Specialist. Everybody is interested today not in the economy, but mostly in gold and silver. Gold is shining, silver is super shining. What's in it in the year 2026? What can the audience expect out of this?
Good afternoon. In fact, it's an honor for me to come to Mangalore. I would have loved to speak more in Kannada, but since this goes online and a lot of people are also watching this episode, with all your permission, I will talk in English. And then it doesn't matter whether you talk in English or Kannada. What matters is whether you talk sense. In which language doesn't matter, but let me make it so simple to you all. And I'm a bold investor, much more bolder speculator and a trader. I have never seen anyone creating huge wealth only through investing unless your father, great-grandfather or your father-in-law gave enough money to invest. So if my father told Rudra, take 1,000 crore, put it in fundamentally good stocks, I will never speculate or trade. But what to do? I have to start with 10,000 capital. With 10,000 to build wealth, you can't buy Infosys, SBI and then sleep and wait for 50 years. But keep aside trading, let me answer the question of gold and silver. And you can't today miss any talk without gold and silver. I'm only putting some important points to you all, and you can decide what will happen to gold and silver, but I will give my bold call. I might be wrong. I don't mind being wrong, but I mind giving two-sided opinion. I don't want to say gold will go up if these things happen, gold will fall if these things happen. That anyone can tell. But let me give you my bold call. First of all, no asset class which has given 150% return like silver in last 1 year and gold which has given 70% return in last 1 year, platinum which has given 110% return in last 1 year can repeat like this in the next year. History says no asset class which has given these kinds of return can continue doing it in the next year. Now why am I telling this is very simple. If I have run a 2000 meter marathon and I have come first prize, can I run another 2000 meter marathon immediately is my question. I am not against gold and silver, but what I am telling you is a rational mind can tell, can gold and silver go up another 70% gold this year, 140% silver this year? It is next to impossible. So what will happen in 2026 if you ask me? Very simple. I am sure gold and silver can still go up, but not the way it went up last year, number one. Number two, I expect about 20% max return on gold and silver for the year 2026. Max return. I won't be surprised if we see negative returns from gold and silver this year. But after all this, I will also tell you, yesterday, for my wife's birthday on 31st December and for New Year also, I bought gold. And I know gold will fall, silver will fall, still I bought gold. Because I have purchased gold for consumption. I have not purchased gold for investment. So, when I got married, gold was available at 2000 rupee per gram. Today, gold is available at 12,500 rupee for 22 carat. 13,600 rupee for 24 carat, but still I am not selling my gold. So if you are buying gold for investment, then you have to think. If you are buying gold for consumption, price does not matter. And I am very clear, 10% of your overall portfolio should be in gold and silver. But not 100%.
Mr. Rudramurthy, you are being challenged by the 50% of the crowd now. Everybody is telling, all the men folk, you are all experts and everything. We were telling we were the right. And we have proved ourselves right. That's the ladies folk. All the time they told us only one thing, buy me the jewelry, buy me the gold. And they have been proved right in the last 1 year. Why should they listen to us? That for the first time the lady of the house has turned out to be the best advisor, and all of us had to, take a back seat at the moment. We'll discuss on this gold and silver more during the lunch break for those of you who want to know more about it. A question to Mr. Sunil is, we have seen two sets of reforms in India, starting from 91 till 2003 or so, then now from 2014 to what's ongoing here. What has happened in the previous set of reforms, and what is the thing which has happened? What is the common and what's the difference, and how does it make the life beyond this point?
So I think that the previous set of reforms was about going from a license Raj to liberalization, which was important and necessary for that. This one is about building the infrastructure, and I think in my presentation I pointed out why we need to do, because we need foreign capital to come into India, and without infrastructure that will not happen. So I think the main thing, if I were to summarize, is liberalization was the key theme, because the sleeping giant needed to be woken up. Now it's about the giant learning to walk fast.
Well, we all talk about the stock markets, the big companies. Mr. Naik, the question is for you. India, there could be very few of the large companies, but most of the companies are in the SME sector. Should we be focusing only on the large companies, or what's the role of SMEs in the nation building? What exactly is happening in this sector?
There is a saying, Dunya bhi chahiye, daulat bhi chahiye. See, large scale industries are required, because car cannot be manufactured by a small scale industry, or any kind of consumer durable, computers, all these things, they cannot be created by small scale industries. There will be always large scale industries like today our MRPL, they have represented. MRPL is such a company, crude oil, they will import, they will process, and they sell and they export. They give shelters to many small scale, that is MSMEs. See, our MSME ecosystem in India has been evolved significantly, especially in 2025 union budget. The MSME definition has been broadened. Up to 500 crore turnover, it is still a medium enterprise. And suppose a unit has turnover of 2000 crore, out of which 1600 crore is export. Still it is MSME, because for the purpose of definition of turnover, export turnover is excluded for the purpose of definition of MSME. So now 2025 budget, they have done major change. One is investment and turnover. So I don't want to cover that in detail because it will take time. Before 1 minute. Before that, out of total MSMEs, 97% of the MSMEs are micro. Only 2% of the total units are small. And less than 1% they are medium. There is a beauty in this. That means small units make big impact. How they make impact? See, now MSME ecosystem is such. 6.3 plus crores MSME units have registered in Udyam portal, providing employment for 30 crore plus people in India. That is informal, I am telling, who have been registered in Udyam portal. They contribute 30% to the GDP of our nation. Nearly 45% of total export, it is from MSME sector. So that's why MSMEs, we always say that they are backbone of engine of our economy, like agriculture. And agriculture and MSME in any nation, not only India, they are like two eyes of the economy. And due to lot of schemes that we will discuss later, even agri sector there is an impetus because of support system for MSMEs. Because now PM-FME scheme and all that, many agri, that is a cold storage scheme is there. To make it more and more lucrative. Farming, nowadays what happens? Farming people do not by choice but by chance. Days are not far, farming will become choice, not a chance. And industry and agriculture should go hand on hand like a two wheels of a cart. Even single wheel stops, economy will be stalled.
I will come back to you, Mr. Naik. Building on from what you said and what Mr. Sunil Subramani referred in his presentation, the biggest challenge is employing the youth of today. Do you think it's the SME sector which can solve this problem of employment? And what is that the governments are doing? You are in the industry, you are head of the industry. What is that is happening at the governmental level, and what is the seriousness of giving more push to the SME sector in this?
I think that's because they are the highest employment generator, and the Skill India movement, I think is one of the biggest things that the government is doing, is one angle. Second is government is promoting entrepreneurship. So I think everybody shouldn't be thinking about going and working for somebody. I think every person who becomes an entrepreneur, on an average, he employs 30 other people. So the startup ecosystem, they say that by 2035, India will have 1 million startups, right? So I think that that's the important part, that entrepreneurship and skill development are the two key aspects which will lead to employment generation appropriately. Because, and that shift has to go away from the informal sector to the formal sector. So the government has announced a lot of schemes for that also, if you notice, in terms of guaranteed pay. The government is reimbursing the corporates for hiring and all that. So I think there are a lot of focus on employment through these avenues.
Well, the industries are functioning. There is a good, the governments have come with a lot of schemes. A lot of impetus needs to be done in MSME. But finally, it all boils down to what we can consume. The consumption can happen only when there is money in the hands of the people. Recently, we heard about some reforms around GST, some rationalization of income tax slabs. Mr. Sanket Naik, can you take my audience with what has happened in the recent last 1 year with respect to GST as well as an income tax and its effect on the consumption side of the economy?
Sure. So GST 2.0, as it's been widely being referred to as, it's a lot of rate rationalization has happened, wherein a lot of these high rate GST products have now been brought at a lower slab rate, and in certain cases they've been exempt. Of course, exempt may not really help in certain cases, but they have been brought down, as a result of which the end consumer really finds these products being a lot more cheaper, which will boost consumption. That's the general idea behind rate rationalization in GST, and it's already been in effect in the last quarter of the year. And as far as income tax is concerned, as far as with the last year in the budget where they announced a 12 lakh rebate in the income tax limits, it's a big boost to middle income groups, because in most cases the salaried consumers and other small businesses will get a lot of relief, and they can in turn use this money, businesses, either for further growth and salaried consumers for higher consumption for that matter. And as far as startups are concerned, adding to your earlier question, it's seeing a big boost with the Startup India concept, though startups are all there even before that, but it got a very big push with incubation centers and Startup India initiative, as well as so many startups are now being registered in India, whereas earlier we were seeing the trend of startups being registered in foreign countries, maybe Singapore and other jurisdictions, whereas now we are seeing more and more, and in most cases, being formed here, and a lot of the younger crowd today is very eager to join a startup and found a startup for that matter. So it's really going, I believe, will give a big boost to the economy as well.
Mr. Rudramurthy, I'll just change the topic a little bit to the stock market investing. That's where the audience is more interested to know what's in the future. See, the success of any economy or the attraction depends finally on how the markets perform. For last 1.5 years to close to 2 years, stock market is going nowhere. However, investors in the US market, developed markets, have made killer amount of money. Why Indian markets did not perform in the last 2 years? And what is the 2026, in your opinion? I'll not hold you responsible what happens in the stock market, but in your best judgment is likely to happen in the Indian stock market in 2026.
See, I was just talking about gold and silver returns, whereas if you see Indian market for last 1.5, 2 years, even if you take exactly calendar year 2025, Nifty has given a return of about 10%. Now when you compare that in dollar terms, because rupee has depreciated versus dollar, the return from Nifty has been even less than 5%. Now you compare the same last 1 year return in other market, because if I am an FII, foreign institutional investor, for me what is important is I will put money in that country where I get highest return. I am not a person like I will say Mera Desh Mahan, I will put in India. As Rudramurthy I will do, but as an FII, they will put money in that country where they get maximum return. Korea gave 80% return in 2025, Korean market. And if you see even US market, as Mr. Chandrakant told, US market 20% return in 2025. Take any other UK market, it is between 16% to 18% return on an average. So if you see Korea 80%, US 20%, and you think US 20% is very small, interest rate in America is around 2.5%, whereas FD rate here is about 7%. And 2% FD rate in US, and US market gave 20% return for 2025. Whereas Indian market with 7% FD rate, we are not even dollar terms, if you see, our returns has been around 5%, and in rupee terms it has been around 10%. Mid and small caps have not even performed, even though we are telling Nifty hit a all-time high Friday. If you see people's portfolio, they are all negative because most retail people are into mid and small cap. Last 3-4 years, if you see starting from 2020 and 2021, mostly in general, unless some stock specific good alpha returns what you have generated, mostly broader market has given negative returns. Now what I want to tell is very simple. What is asset allocation? You have to put money today in that asset class which has not performed to make money in the future. If you would have put money last year in gold and silver, I salute you. But my question is, today can I put money in gold and silver seeing last 1 year return? My answer is no. But I am telling still put 10% of your portfolio in gold and silver. I am not saying don't invest in gold and silver. But you can't put all your money into gold and silver, number one. Number two, you can't borrow money and put that into gold and silver. And most important, for me this year, 2026, stock markets have to perform, and I won't be surprised to see a return of 20% or above in overall market, specifically in the Nifty Sensex. Broader market might take some more time. It all depends on the earnings. Auto sales number which came Friday was spectacular. And if you see earnings, last 2 quarters they are growing. Always remember, stock prices are slaves of earnings. If a company has earnings, stock prices have to go up. Keep aside the macro factor. So for me, I am very, very, very optimist and very positive on equity market. Thanks that last 1 year we have not got great return. Thanks mid and small cap has not performed in last 3-4 years. Thanks gold and silver has performed very well in 2025. So for me the future of 2026 will be minimum 20% return plus in equity market on the Nifty and Sensex level.
Gold and silver, what is the return?
Minus 20%, I won't be surprised.
Better to sell gold and silver and invest in stock market.
But please at least keep your Mangalya of wife, don't sell that. And don't sell the gold and silver what you have bought for your daughter's marriage. 10% of your portfolio has to be in gold and silver, but not 100%. Don't borrow money and put it into gold and silver. And if you are buying gold and silver for consumption, don't worry about the rate. But as investment, okay, I will ask the simplest question to this audience. Name one person in this whole world. Name one person in India. Name one person in Karnataka who has made tremendous money and is there in top 10 richest people by investing in gold and silver. I want to know the name.
God.
God. Okay. So, highest money makers, you just do a simple statistical check. Take top 10 India's richest people, take top 10 world's richest people, and show me in that top 10 who has made money out of gold and silver. I'm not discouraging gold and silver. I'm saying 10% of your investment, put it in gold and silver. Don't now put money into gold and silver by borrowing loan and then investing and all. And don't expect last year kind of returns in gold and silver going ahead. And this year I feel, I won't be surprised if even gold and silver gives lesser than 20% return for this year.
Mr. Rudramurthy, I heard you, but audience has a question. Audience has got doubts. Audience do not trust any of us. You know the reason? Mr. Sunil Subramani, you have been heading Sundaram Mutual Fund. You publish your data telling that Sundaram Midcap gave so much of a return, different funds gave so much of a return, everything. But ask the audience, they say, we have not got it, you have published it. Why does it happen? Where does the problem lie? Can you help the audience understand where's the difference? What they can make to get the published returns in their portfolio?
They have to stay invested.
How long?
Till their goals are met. The thing is, most people when they invest, they don't know why they are investing. They just put the money because of greed. Because they see the neighbors say, oh, I bought this stock, it doubled. So they put their money into that. But you have to have a goal for your investment, and when a goal is achieved, regardless of the market condition, you must book the profit and do that thing, buy the car, go on a holiday, whatever be the goal. So people who have enjoyed returns from the stock market are those who have done goal-based, because when their goal, the money needed to achieve the goal is achieved, they've taken it out. The people who are simply sitting quietly, not knowing when, because one day when the market is down, they redeem. So that's why they don't enjoy the benefits. Because if the market is high, everybody is telling them the market will go even higher. Exactly similar to the gold. He is saying that don't put money in gold. I'll tell you, last 6 months, the money in gold ETFs has been more than put in the last 5 years. So people chase returns, right? But it's okay to chase returns. But when the returns happen, they don't book profits. They simply see the paper value, and so most people have not enjoyed the returns published in the fact sheets of the mutual funds.
I was just reading through the one of the communications sent by Amphi today morning, where they sent the picture of Mr. Naren, where he says, doing nothing is the most difficult thing to do in the stock market, and it is the most profitable thing to happen. That means you buy a fund, ETF, stocks, whatever it is, you will feel very itchy to trade with it, right? And without doing anything, you just sit quiet, most difficult. But the real profitable thing is not doing anything. In my practice, when I communicate portfolios to my clients, we add a line in bold and highlight it. Asking you not to do anything is also a part of my advice. Just not asking you what to do, asking you not to do anything is also a part of my advice. We underwrite and send it because we have a confidence in what portfolios we have built. All that is required is, in fact, yesterday we published one video on my channel where we said that 10 must essentials for financial planning for all age group. All of us will fail without the cooperation of investors' patience and discipline. We are useless without that. We all become something like a brakeless vehicle. If the portfolios have to perform, what is very essential is discipline from the investor as well as unlimited amount of patience. That is what is required. Mr. Naik, you spoke about the importance of SME sector. The question is, somebody starts a startup, somebody starts an industry. The lifeline of anything is, one is you have to have courage and you have to have an idea. But without money, how can an SME thrive? The biggest grouse people have is, I don't get money, I can't get funding. What can they do if they have an idea to get proper funding in SME sector?
In entrepreneurship, one should have 6 qualities. Udyamaha sahasam dhairyam, buddhihi shaktihi parakramaha, shadete atra vartante tatra daiva sahayakrat. Arthat, udyamaha, that means udyamashilata. Sahasam, valor. Dhairyam, courage. Buddhihi, you should have proper skill and intelligence and knowledge in the particular field which you are going to start. Shaktihi, based on your capability only you should jump. Okay, don't jump in the swimming pool unless you know the depth of it. Okay. Buddhihi, Shaktihi, Parakrama. If you have all these things, you should know how to execute the things. Shadete atra vartante tatra daiva sahayakrat. If you don't possess these 6 qualities, you cannot be an entrepreneur. See, the biggest risk in life is not taking any risk. You told about funding. Now, our banking ecosystem is so robust and banking ecosystem is so much evolved that if you have good idea, if you can prove that your project is feasible, without collateral up to 10 crores MSMEs, they get fund from banks. Jameen bhi nahi chahiye, jameen bhi nahi chahiye. Jameenu beda, jameenu beda. Without that, up to 10 crore banks can fund. The question will arise whether they fund. That again, checks and balances are there. For startups, if they are initial stage, these incubation centers, they incubate them. They also facilitate seed funding scheme up to 50 lakhs. Nidhi Prayas grant is there. That also, in addition that K-Tech, Karnataka also, various, all the states, they have their startup policy. They also support by seed funding and grants. In addition to that, up to 20 crores without any collateral, banks can fund these startups. And in MSMEs, you may be surprised, in the recent budget, up to 100 crore if they invest in plant and machinery, of course existing units with 3-year track record, without collateral, bank can give loan. Up to how much?
100 crore.
You are not shocked, no? Okay. Up to 100 crore bank can fund without collateral. In addition to that, there is a hybrid scheme. Suppose you require 15 crore without collateral. 10 crore cover under CGT-MSE, remaining 5 crore you can cover under collateral. In addition to that, our Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDB, that is their work is to only fund MSMEs. They don't do anything. No insurance, no cross-selling, no mutual fund, nothing. No FD collection. SIDB's job is to fund only MSMEs, even new generation as well as existing enterprises. Existing enterprises, they have express loan scheme. Within 1 hour they can sanction. Without collateral, they can sanction the loan for machineries, but minimum 2 years to 3 years vintage is required. Unit should be in profit. Now, lot of these opportunities is there. Various banks now they are doing credit marketing. पहले लड़का के पास लड़की के माँ बाप जाते थे शादी के लिए. अभी लड़की स्मार्ट है तो लड़के का बाप और माँ लड़की का माँ बाप के पास आते हैं. Things have changed now. Why you are not clapping for this? Now, if you are competent, you have repayment capacity, and you can prove that your project is viable, feasible, banks will come to your doorsteps. Now, credit marketing. More importance is given for marketing rather than appraisal now. Of course, some checks and balances, everything is there. We have done lot of programs in our business tonic, including CBIL and other things. If they go through our programs, definitely they can come to know how to start business. Even in your NRI Money Clinic YouTube channel, those NRIs, those who want to come back and settle in India, or simultaneously they can work there and start enterprises in India, there are host of schemes. I cannot cover all this. PMEGP is there, PMFME is there, Stand Up India scheme is there, 59-minute scheme is there. Plenty of schemes are there, but we have to select which is suitable to us.
This is a question to Mr. Sunil Subramani. Thank you, Mr. Naik. You mentioned in your slides that India is growing at a terrific speed, and I was just reading through some data. The world's growth, 15% of the world growth comes from India alone, right? How sustainable is this growth? Can audience take cues from your talk and say, I will invest, but what's the guarantee that this growth will be there for reasonably good period of time? Looking at what the government is doing, looking at what is happening in the SME sector, the younger population, the supportive structure and elsewhere in the world, how long the growth can be sustained at this pace?
No, actually, there is no limit to that because our population will start declining from the year 2050. Okay, so, and if you are in my presentation at the end, by the year 2050, India will be contributing 19.6% to world GDP growth. So it's not going to remain at 15, it's going to go up. But like I said, it's important that we supply to the largest market, America, for that growth to be sustained. So I don't think, as long as our population is going to keep growing, which is till 2050. I think our decline starts at 2050. So population is our biggest strength, but we have to find a market for it. As long as the government's policies and signing a trade deal and opens up the market for us, I think that India's share will continue to go up. So people don't need to worry about investing in any business on that front.
So nothing to be worried that this growth is a temporary one. It's going to be quite secular, and we can expect for many decades to come. Right. Mr. Rudramurthy, you are a keen observer of the market. You trade, you invest, you observe, you comment, you analyze. From 2026, which sectors people should avoid? Which sector, in your opinion, looks interesting?
Great. See, first of all, I don't know how many of you here are investing into equity market, and some of you, if you are yet to do, I'm sure if you can understand few points of what I now speak, you can start at least investing fresh into equity market, because the time is very much right now. Now, first of all, for 2026, which sectors can do good? And even with a disclaimer, let me tell you, even some stock names where I am invested in, I will also disclose those names if you need. First of all, for 2026, I personally feel metals as a sector will continue to outperform. It has done very good in last one quarter, because metal cycle will never end in a shorter time. So for me, metals will do very, very good, and that will be my number one sector. If some of you are yet to invest in equity market, these are some of the sectors and stocks which you can consider. Now in metals, forget gold and silver. You analyze the entire metal cycle. After gold and silver and platinum, what will next perform? It is copper, it is aluminium, and the rest of the metals. So might be zinc, steel, all these things. And in this, some of the names which I do like National Aluminium, look at their last quarter results, fabulous. Valuation comfort is there, it can do very good. Nalco, National Aluminium. Hindalco, another stock from aluminium which I am liking a lot. See, if silver has given 140-150% return, the next thing what has to substitute silver in industrial usage is copper, aluminium and other metals. So for me, metals will do very good sector-wise, and some names I told, Nalco, Hindalco. Even if you want to go for Hind Copper, Hind Zinc, even if you want to go for Vedanta after the recent demerger news which has come, or even look at Tata Steel, which is much safer for you in terms of you want to go with a very large cap stock. Jindal Steel, JSW Steel even now looks good to me. So metals is something what you can focus on, number one. Number two, I feel OMCs will do very good, because crude is definitely at a lower range. It is not at $140 per barrel. You are seeing it continuously below $60-65 per barrel range. And in fact, in our last budget, Finance Minister herself told, if we remain below $75 per barrel crude, we are safe fundamentally, because we are more a dominant importing country when it comes to crude. So for me, OMCs will do very good, oil marketing companies. Look at stocks like BPCL, HPCL, Indian Oil Corporation, they will do very good. And I'm making a bold statement, and this is all getting recorded because all 349 episodes you can see it in YouTube channel. And I'm sure even this 350th episode also you can see, and I'm making it on the mic and on the camera. MRPL, what we had today, one of the guests who came, that is a stock which will do very good. Chennai Petro, another stock which I like a lot. I am a person, you ask me one stock name, I will give you 10 stocks. I will not hide. Because more you give, more you get. Rule of Rudramurthy, more you give, more you get. So, MRPL is good, Chennai Petro good. This is from refining. OMCs will do good. IOC, HPCL, BPCL. PSU banks, sir, let me complete my list. PSU banks, I will give you some more names. For me, State Bank of India, Canara Bank, Union Bank, Indian Bank, Bank of India, PSU banks will do very good. Valuation comfort is even there now. Even second tier private banks will do very good. Second tier private bank, for example, Indus India Bank. No doubt there were a lot of cockroaches which has got cleaned, and now the valuation comfort is very much there in Indus India Bank. You are getting Indus India Bank, which is a private bank, at PSU valuation because of the earlier cockroaches which were there, and it is getting cleaned. So for me, Indus India Bank, RBL Bank, Federal Bank can do very good. But I will avoid Bandhan Bank. And because of their credit exposure, what they have, and unsecured loan is very bad. except Bandhan Bank, stocks like Indus India Bank, Federal Bank, City Union.
ನಾನು ಲಲಿತಾ ಮಲ್ಯ.
Government
Sir, what is required in the
in 2019.
ನಾನು ಲಲಿತಾ ಮಲ್ಯ.
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಾಲಂಟ್ರಿ
'90.
ನಾನು ಲಲಿತಾ ಮಲ್ಯ.
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್
The profit after tax of the port was 110 crores. Now last financial year it is 450 crores profit after tax. Almost 4.5 times the profit has increased.
America is not America. America is an immigrants country.
Yes.
All the brain, the best brains of the entire world are in America. Because of America is flourishing.
ಅನಲೈಸ್ನೇ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯನ್ನು ಹುಟ್ಟಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಭಾವನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಶನ್
Rudramurti, I'll give you more time and please make a list of all the things. Audience will not go till they get the full answers from you during the lunchtime.
So
Okay?
part 2 I will give you at the end so that
Yes.
they sit
So
till
please
the
stay
end.
back. The important advice will come during the lunchtime. Let me just ask some more question here. We have an audience which is divided across the political affiliations. They belong to the both sides, the ruling and the opposition. We have to be very mindful of this fact. Come election, everybody wants to see ₹1, $1, right? But what is happening is rupee is at 91. This question to you, sir. Why rupee is collapsing if our economy is so well? Is rupee coming down? Is it a bad omen? Is it bad which is happening? Or is it a controlled downside allows to conquer the tariff barrier?
There is no good and bad on the rupee. At no point can you say 90 is good, 80 is bad, 100 is good, 80 is bad. There is no value because it is purely driven by two things, okay? Neither of which are in our control in a very short plan. So first is that the country's currency rate is decided by a fundamental law called purchasing power parity, okay? So between two countries, the country which has the higher inflation, its currency has to weaken. That's the fundamental rule. The problem is you can't compare inflation because in America their product CPI basket is completely different from India's CPI basket. So bankers use a substitute rule called interest rate parity because in interest rate you have inflation is sitting there, and so they remove the credit risk by taking government borrowing. So simple answer, India's 10-year government borrowing rate is 6.5%. America's 10-year borrowing rate is around 4%. Difference is 2.5%. Fundamental book of currency says rupee has to depreciate 2.5% every year. That is a fundamental law. Like in stocks, you say the discounted future cash flow has to reflect. This is the fundamental law of currency. Market doesn't follow fundamentals, right? Market follows what? Supply and demand, like in stocks. A lot of people go and buy a stock, it goes above the fundamentals. A lot of people sell the stocks, go below the fundamentals. So currency is by fund flows. So why I'm saying this is, last year, FIS pulled out $18 billion from India. So currency had to depreciate. Because on top of it, 2.5% interest rate differential is there. The 7% depreciation, the additional 4.5% was caused by FIS pulling out. Now the point is, Reserve Bank of India is the custodian of Indian currency, right? So they could have prevented this depreciation by buying those dollars which the FIS wanted, by selling the dollars the FIS wanted. Because we have $700 billion of reserves. If they chose, they could have defended the currency. They chose not to. Why? Because RBI governor, if you've heard him multiple times, he says, I do not target a price for the currency. My job as RBI governor is to manage the volatility of the currency, number one. Number two, I will manage the currency against all the countries we export or import from, not only that dollar country. Only 20% of India's exports are to America, right? So RBI has something called as a real effective exchange rate, REER, by which they take the weighted average exposure of our country to that country, put it there, and their task is keep it exactly without being overvalued or undervalued. So in this RER basket, every 3 months they have 40 country basket. Every 1 week they have a 7-country basket. So these two they use to manage, and that RER level today, 100 is equally balanced. Today it is 95, which means the rupee has weakened more, but RBI says I will not do anything. Why? The unstated answer is what you said. Because 50% tariff is hurting our exports, allowing the rupee to weaken, not forcing it to weaken. Allowing it to weaken is a good way. So all the exporters in the country are very happy. So the IT sector last 3 months has given double-digit returns. Why? Because 7% depreciation straight away in the January earnings, dollar earnings plus 7% depreciation if they are not hedged it. Companies try to be over smart and hedge it, they may not get the full gains. But all the IT companies are laughing all the way to the bank. All the pharma companies are laughing all the way to the bank because they have been able to get that gain. So it is favorable to exporters. So hence, there is no good or bad. And I will tell you one final thing on this currency. RBI did a $10 billion swap a few weeks ago. They paid a premium for that swap. Means today they said they want $1 today to strengthen the rupee. They will pay back the dollar 3 years later. And they pay a cost for that. If you take the cost they have paid, RBI himself has admitted that in 3 years from now, rupee will be 98 rupees to $1. So to your answer, this 1991 doesn't matter. 3 years later, whether it will be 100 or 96 is the question. So rupee will weaken forever. The day when it is 100 is not far off, 120 is not far off, by Viksit Bharat. It will be definitely crossing 100. So don't worry about the absolute level of the rupee. It is relative to other countries. This is what it is.
There are lots of questions to ask. We are running out of the scheme. Business tonic continues beyond 350. So we'll discuss this in forthcoming episodes or in the 400th episode probably. One final question before I open it for the audience to ask the question to any of the panelists here. Mr. Rudramurthy, you have been associated with Business Tonic for such a long time, good friend of SS Naik. You wanted to express a couple of your views about this program. Can I request you to keep it brief and yes.
So concluding remarks, let me just give that on behalf of everyone here on the stage. And it's my privilege to give this concluding remark. I know I might take 5 minutes time, so I will take the time in advance. And with all your permission, I want this 5 minutes time of yours to be very precious. And let me make every word in this 5 minutes very, very important. And let me speak out my heart.
25 stock names in 5 minutes.
No, 25 stocks during break. But what is important is not the fish, but how to catch the fish. So this, and Nayak sir was asking me, what about Reliance? Definitely Reliance Industries has stock to buy from larger cap. And even if you want to look at HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank from large cap, private bank, they will do very good. So 3 stocks from large cap, Reliance, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. Sectors which may not do good, if you ask me, media I am very much against. So don't buy any media stock because all the days today are all of digital world and your Netflix and all other stuff. So for me, media is a avoid. For me, even IT is yet to show that pickup in earnings. Till you have Donald Trump and the tariff issue, don't go for IT. And these are 2 sectors which you will avoid. Now I will avoid talking about Indianomics 2026. And I want time to talk about Business Tonic program and about SS Nayak and about how to create wealth for long term and how each one of you here can become super rich. So for this I'll take 4 more minutes time now. Now, okay, let me just take all that 4 minutes very effectively. Number 1, I want to tell you, if you want to create massive wealth in your life, what you should understand is, 1, save more. How do you save more? Earn more, spend less, save more. So you have to have multiple sources of income and make more saving. And once you save that money, you should have deferred gratification. What is deferred gratification? I earn 10 lakh per month. I spend, let us say, 9.5 lakh per month. My saving is very small, 50,000. But I know people who will earn 1 lakh per month, spend 10,000 per month and save 90,000 per month. So what is important is save more. How do you save more? You have to earn more, spend less. Now very important, everyone will tell, then what do you do with your lifestyle? Now I want even a car, but the day I could have afforded a Maruti car, if I would have bought a Maruti car that day, today I could have not bought a Benz car. So deferred gratification means what I could have bought today if I don't buy, but that money I invest prudently and earn more than inflation, then yes, I have money to buy Benz. And let me tell you, to become super rich, you should have a strong mindset. I always say people, it is not after I become rich, let me change my mindset. No. To become rich, first you have to change your mindset. You will laugh at me, but please laugh. I don't mind. People laughed at me before when I was dreaming Benz car. Today I don't dream Benz because I have it. But what is important is, can you still be humble after your growth? And most important, today I am dreaming only 1 helicopter, 2 private jet, And if you even dream all this, to just park your helicopter in the bay, you have to pay close to 1 crore rupee per annum for rental cost to park your helicopter. Now your mindset has to change. Why not I dream that, and when money comes you can do it. For that, can you have the deferred gratification? And I always say, success in any field comes if you have 5 things. Whether it is health, wealth, relationship, anything. In any field you want success, you need 5 things. Number 1, mehnat, hard work. If you have hard work, 100% in any field success will come, matter of time. Second, niyat, you should have integrity. So if you don't have integrity, you can't make success in any field. And integrity is not to preach, it is to practice. I don't preach ethics, I practice ethics. Third point, most important after hard work, mehnat. Second, I said niyat. The third thing what you require is you have to be in the circle of great people. You are an average of 5 people with whom you spend most of your time. If you spend most of your time with people like, let us say, Narayan Murthy, let us say Mukesh Ambani, Narendra Modi, and let us say SS Nayak, Rudra Murthy, you will be average of these people. If you spend time with 5 idiots, you will be average of that. So change your circle, and if you can have 5 great people to spend most of your time with, you will be average of that. Very simple. If you are a friend with Rudra Murthy closely, what will I talk to you? Only how to make money, nothing else. If you are a friend with SS Nayak, what will he talk with you? How to have highest energy, how to learn Sanskrit shlokas, how to give people whatever they want. His success is seen in others. So what you need, as I told you, third point, you have to be in the circle of great people. And fourth and fifth point with which I will end, one more fourth thing what you need is you have to be a continuous learner. Wherever you are, keep learning from everyone. I learn from even the car driver who took me from Dharmasthala Kukke Subramanyam to Mangalore. Yesterday I had the great darshan, and I had darshan at Dharmasthala, I had darshan at Kukke Subramanya, and my lifetime tomorrow I am going to Tirupati for that Vaikunta Dwara darshana which I have got only from Srinivasa's blessing. And the fifth point what I want to tell, along with fourth point being a continuous learner, you need Bhagavan ka Krupa. And for me, Bhagavan Krupa is not Dharmasthala Manjunatha, Kukke Subramanya and Venkateshwara alone. It starts with parents. It starts with your father and mother. It starts with your gurus. It starts with your wife also, who is a wife to you and a mother to your son or daughter. So for me, if you have with you hard work, integrity, and you are with the right people around you, you are a continuous learner, and you have Bhagavan ka Krupa, success is possible in any field. And last 30 seconds, I want to talk about 350th episode of this Business Tonic program and about SS Nayak. I keep my hand on heart, because heart is the most precious organ in your entire body. I would have also done what SS Nayak has done as 350th episode and all this hard work, I would have also done and replaced him. But I will tell you what I could have not done. He has not just done this 350 episodes week on week, calling different people who are all experts. He has even put money from his pocket many a times to run the program. You know what he will do? Hey, we have to put shawl to our audience here. Oh, the organizer is not giving shawl. Take money. I will never do this, sir. I will do anything for free. I am a giver, but I am not a fool. So I don't take out my pocket and say, I want to give shawl to these people. I will pay money, you put shawl to them. I won't do.
Mr. Rudramurthy, you still do not know the biggest donation made by SS Nayak. All of us have money and all of us can donate. That's the money which we don't need, and there is less value for this. The person who gives time is the real donor. Over 350 weeks, we see him for 1.5 hours the amount of preparation it takes, the contacts, the networking that makes, even if you ask God, give me 1 extra hour, God will not give. He is the true donor. Let's all clap him for the time that he has given for the society.
Sir, Chandrakant sir, when I was speaking, you interfered. I didn't interfere. Now when I speak, you should not interfere. Now, because I didn't interfere when you stopped me, okay? Now, friends, I only took 1 second to talk, and I was talking only about shawl. Rest he all spoke, but each one of you can just see from your eyes about today's program and see how beautifully he has organized. Don't even listen to Rudramurthy, don't even listen to others. What you see is what you believe. The amount of hard work he has done to do this type of a program and ensure everything happens superbly. And I know, yes, there are some places where you can say that, okay, this could have been done better or this could have been done like this and all. But only when we organize such a program, and he said till his last breath he will do the program. And I know Dr. Praveen, the St. Aloysius College Vice Chancellor, he said, we are there to support and you can continue doing it. And one person also told, to your age, till let us say whatever you can do from 350 to 2000 episodes, someone calculated and told, they are all wrong. He will not do 2000 episode. I will say he will do 20,000 episode plus. And I will tell you how. Because he has already trained 2 more speakers and he is so clever. He has now made Chandrakant moderator and he is sitting in the panel. Always he will be the moderator. Now even without our person SS Nayak, he has trained another panelist now to continue the program Business TONIC.
We are of the same age.
No problem. I want him to live for 200 years. I'm saying after 200 years. Still we have these people to take care, and let God give him lot of energy, strength, and like SS Nayak, I will end my talk in last 10 seconds. 10 seconds. ಇಳೆಯಿಂದ ಮೊಳೆಯೊಗೆ ಒಂದು ತಮಟೆಗಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಫಲ ಮಾಗು ಒಂದು ತುತ್ತೂರಿ ದನಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳಕೀವ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಚಂದ್ರರದ್ದೊಂದು ಸದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಲಿ ನಿನ್ನ ತುಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಳೆಯಿಂದ ಮೊಳಕೆಯೊಗುವೊಂದು, ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್, whenever you get your rice, ragi, jowar, all the food what you eat, will earth make sound? Please come see, I am giving you rice, I am giving you ragi, please come. Will earth make any noise? No. Pala magu ondu tutturi dani illa. When a plant gives you a mango or an apple or an orange, it doesn't make any sound of a flute or say that please come watch, I am giving you mango, I am giving you apple, come see. It will not tell. Belakiva surya chandrara dondu saddilla. When a sun and moon comes and gives that moonlight and gives you that energy and power and light, they don't make any noise. Holi ninna tutigalanu manku timma. So hey man, don't talk, let your work speak. His work is speaking. Thank you so much.
Well, if anybody has a question, please raise your hand. I don't want to waste a lot of time. Please, just wait. If anybody has a question, please raise your hand. 2 seconds. If nobody has a question, then we will hand over the mics back to the Master of Ceremony, Yashaswini. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
I request our director from Namakudla to felicitate our panelists for giving this wonderful information and sharing their knowledge, their expertise on Indianomics 2026. True to the spirit of Business TONIC, we have made an impact again on this 350th episode celebration. And this topic, Indianomics 2026, is going to be the future. So may I request Leelakshavi Karkera, the director Namakudla, to felicitate our resource persons, the eminent panelists, Shri Sunil Subramaniam, the founder and CEO, Sense and Simplicity, Chennai. Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights on Vikasit Bharat 2047 and also on Indianomics 2026. Truly, we all aim that India will be Vikasit, developed, and we will be par US, China, and all other countries ahead. C.A. Rudramurthy BV, founder, Vachana Investments, Bengaluru. Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable suggestions on which stocks to invest, and of course gold and silver, which every woman in this particular auditorium would love to hear about. So for sharing your knowledge, for sharing your experience, and being a resource person for many of the episodes of Business Tonic. Thank you. CA SS Naik, Senior Partner, SS Naik and Associates. Thank you, sir. I believe we have no words to thank you for making this day a wonderful day. And let me take a moment. January 3rd is also Savitribai Phule Jayanti. Savitribai Phule, as we all know, she's the first female teacher of India, and we have to recognize her because we have a lot of teachers here who have shared their knowledge and experiences, and we have been great leaders. Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, founder NRI Money Clinic, for wonderfully moderating. I think you are the right person to shoot questions to all the resource persons and panelists over here. And through NRI Money Clinic, as you say, no hype, just the right advice. That is what we have seen. The right question shooted to the right people. CA Sanket S. Naik, partner SS Naik and Associates. Thank you for sharing your insights on MSMEs and startups and taxation. It is indeed wonderful to have the entire panel share your knowledge and experiences, share your advices and suggestions. And we seek that 350 is not the end. This is not a destination, but this is a journey that we will be continuing for many more years to come. So this can be called a trailer, and the picture is yet to come. So as we say, this is only a trailer, picture abhi baki hai. So 350 to, as Rudramurthy sir said, maybe 20,000s and thousands and lakhs together, Business Tonic will go on and on.
Lalita Malya.
Government employees
in the whole year. Otherwise,
$19.
ಹಾಯ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಫ್ರಿಜ್ ತಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ.